evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Hornets Hockey Network, your one-stop shop for all things Hornets hockey. My name is Rob Finger, alongside our videographer, Fu-Mei Tung. And tonight, we've got a score to settle. Yes, tonight's matchup is certainly one for the ages. Here at the Toyota Coliseum, there's revenge to be had as the Liverpool Warriors once more face off against your FM Hornets. I shall explain this story of revenge as we head into our scouting report. I say that there's revenge to be had because just over a week ago, these two teams faced off, and in a dramatic turn of events, Liverpool was able to take the victory in overtime after forcing overtime with a tying goal 13.2 seconds before the buzzer was to sound. After picking through the defensive woes of the Hornets, they were able to find some twine through traffic and leave the Coliseum victorious. But over the course of this season, these two teams have been firmly sat on the struggle bus. Liverpool enters tonight's game with a record of 3-12-2, coming off the back of an upsetting loss to Fulton, losing out 5-1. The Hornets, in much the same vein, start tonight with a record of 5-12, coming off the back of a too close to comfort victory, winning 3-2 over Mohawk Valley. As we head towards ice level, let's see who tops the tables on these two teams. On the side of Liverpool, there seems to be only one man to talk much about in this bout, and that's senior forward, number 20, Matthew Marcus. He's dominated these score sheets this season, putting up 8 goals and 6 assists for a combined total of 14 points. He leads the team in all 3 categories of goals, assists, and total points. Buzzing over to the Hornets now, and it's the typical 2 at the top. Taking the lead in points and assists, it's sophomore forward, number 10, Joey Laveroni. He's gotten himself 5 goals and 8 assists for a combined total of 13 points this season. Leading in the goal column, however, is none other than senior forward, number 6, Jonas Osterley. He leads the team with 9 goals and an assist for a combined total of an even 10 in points. Now, at this point, you may notice that we've been overlooking a key part of any good hockey team, that being its brave goaltender. But I can assure you that what you are about to see tonight may be a masterclass in high school goaltending. Touted as the 2 best goalies in all of Section 3, the 2 men on either side of the ice have stood high above all their other counterparts. These 2 netminders have put up numbers that would put some professional goalies to shame. In the blue and orange corner, we have junior goaltender, number 37, James Welch. His high school hockey career has been one of unsung heroism. If not for James Welch, the Liverpool Warriors would almost certainly be winless. Their defensive department hasn't been the best in the league by any measure over the past few years, but with him backing them up, they have been able to skate in quite a few games that otherwise they'd be swamped in. He has faced 577 shots this season, and he has made 531 saves for a save percentage of .920. But the games he has played show that he has risen to the occasion against much bigger teams than his. In the first game against RFA, he kept the Black Knights to only 2 goals, making 55 saves and putting up a .965 on the night. Against New Hartford, he kept them to merely 1 goal, put up 20 saves for a night of .952. Even against the fearsome Syracuse, he was able to keep them at bay, only letting 2 by, making 39 saves for .951 as his save percentage that evening. Clearly, he has been a driving force, keeping this Warriors organization in the game time after time. In the green and white corner, we have sophomore goaltender number 31, Chris Finger. While he was able to play a game or 2 last year with admittedly a much better Hornets team, this year he has burst onto the scene in spectacular fashion. But the defense that he was able to have last year is nothing like the defense that he has dealt with this year. The shots that have been allowed through on net have been astronomical in amount, with 740 shots having come through to him. But he hasn't backed down from such a challenge, and has saved 662 of those shots. While he is able to make the first save, and often even the second save, it has often come down to that lackluster defense that has left him high and dry. Numerous rebounds, second and third consecutive shots, and instances that a well-trained defense would take care of have been left to Chris Finger alone. But he has stayed determined, putting performance after performance together. Against Casanova, he was able to keep the Lakers to only 3, facing 49 shots in the process for a percentage of .938 on the night. Against Beeville, he faced 48 shots, keeping them to 3 as well, earning a .937 percentage that game. And against the Cougars of Syracuse, even after facing an onslaught of 64 shots on goal, he kept them to a mere 5 and held a .921 percentage that night. He has even managed a shutout this season, stopping all 43 shots that CBA Albany managed to fire at him. Without him that game, the 1 goal put up by the Hornets just wouldn't have been enough. But I think that memes of Section 3 hockey put it best. When I was able to talk with him via Instagram, I pointed out Chris Finger's shot count, which at that point counted 343, and included a quick save to show his ability, which at that point I had gotten the impression was flying under their radar. He replied, summing up these 2 goalies much better than I ever could. Quote, I wouldn't say I'm sleeping on him, but I can see he's trying really hard in net. It's the same thing with James Welch. Like they're both good goalies, just don't have much to work with. I bet you, if Finger or Welch were on Skinny Atlas or West Jenny, they'd be acknowledged as the best goalies in the state. Trust me. End quote. On either ends of this ice sit extraordinary examples of the art of goaltending. Both of them with cards stacked cruelly against them. They've had to adapt, improve, stand on their heads even, to keep their floundering teams in the game. With speed and strength weighed down by pads that keep them alive, they have faced the same 3-inch rubber disc thousands of times over and have come out on top on more than one occasion. The men you see before you are the best that upstate New York has to offer to the game of hockey. James Welch, a junior for the Liverpool Warriors, and Chris Finger, a sophomore for the Fayetteville-Manlius Hornets. I firmly believe that one of these men will become a professional if the other does not as well. But of course, a team is not merely their goaltender. A team is all 6 men on the ice. And it's about time, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment you've been waiting for. The boys are buzzing in the barn as we get set for this battle of the ages. Who will be crowned king in this Coliseum? Will the Warriors march through and take win number 2? Or will the Hornets swarm around these Warriors, sting them where it hurts, and have their revenge as sweet as honey? All of that and more will be determined here tonight. And the only place to catch it is here on the Hornets Hockey Network. It's round 2 of Warriors versus Hornets as we get set for game time. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's matchup between the Liverpool Warriors and your FM Hornets here at the Toyota Coliseum. One goalie's ready, two goalies are ready, we're ready. The faceoff is tied up in the middle, one back towards Liverpool. They'll get it on the boards there, but FM will keep it in. Liverpool will try to regroup though. Coming off the boards towards the center there, the puck gets stopped right at the red line there. Fighting along the boards, and Capriati comes up and puts it in the Liverpool zone. Capriati, wow, he's out there. And he's looking pretty good out there. Liverpool coming up into the FM end. Shoots it, save made by Finger. Face off, one back by the Hornets. Ryan Tonkovich putting it off the boards, rimming it around to Colton Ives. Ives looking over his options, sending it over to Osterley. Osterley over to Leveroni. Leveroni shoots, and it goes wide of the net. Osterley will chase it, and bringing it back to the center, shoots, and it goes wide over towards the boards. Ryan Tonkovich sending it in for Leveroni, right in his chest, though. He'll go back out for Brian Tonkovich. He's unable to keep it in this time. He'll send it back to Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine up for Colton Ives. Ives getting it just off his stick there for Jonas Osterley. Ryan Tonkovich sending it back over to Ives. Ives back to Tonkovich. Tonkovich over to Osterley. Osterley looking over his options. Decides to kind of curl back around there and try again. As Colton Ives will get the puck and get it deep into the Liverpool zone. Leveroni leaving it for Ives. Ives back up for Osterley. Osterley putting it on net, but it goes wide into the corner. Charlie Lorraine will keep it in. Gavin Patno putting a shot on now. It'll go over the net, and Colton Ives is forced to try to go over there and keep the puck in as Charlie Lorraine went for a change. Meanwhile, in the FM end, it's picked up by Jonas Osterley. Osterley trying to get it over for Ives, but Ives was looking for a change. He will not pick that up, and it'll go back into the FM end. Leveroni putting it off the boards, getting it out of the FM zone. But picking it up is Cole Bradley for the Liverpool Warriors. But that will be a stoppage of play. I believe it went out of play here into the Liverpool's bench. But nonetheless, face off to the left of Trevor Smith. Liverpool getting it off the face-off, getting it out of the zone there is Cole Bradley. He'll dump it high into the FM end. And Gavin Patno will go to chase it with him. Patno off the boards there. But nobody's there to catch it. That will be an icing with 14:41 left to go in the first period. Face off to the left of Finger. One to the side by Liverpool. Gets it up to the point man. Point man shoots, and it's off the foot there of Michael Leduc. He'll get it off the boards for Connor McDonald. McDonald entering the Liverpool end. Getting it up there, and it gets deflected right into the glove of Trevor Smith as he will cover it. .14:28 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Trevor Smith in the Liverpool Warriors zone. Face off, one back into the corner. Nico Capriati going for it there. Lalick will pick it up. Looking over his options as he comes around. Gets it up for Brian Tonkovich there. But he won't catch it. It'll go back into the FM end. Tonkovich getting it over for Lorraine. Lorraine getting it up the boards for Capriati. Capriati over for Lalick. Lalick through the legs there of one of the defenders, number 10, Colin Summerson. Liverpool will possess it in their own corner, but FM takes it, getting it towards the net there, but it'll go over to the other boards. Charlie Lorraine will put it back on net. Trevor Smith will put it into the corner himself. Charlie Lorraine keeping it in there. Nico Capriati back up for Lorraine. Lorraine shoots through traffic, though. It doesn't get very far, and Liverpool will get it out of the zone, but that will be an icing. 13:34 left to go in the first period of play. Face off once again to the right of Trevor Smith in the Liverpool Warriors zone. Liverpool getting it off the face-off there. They take it to the other side where there's much more room. Xavier Springer with it here. He loses it around the red line. Liverpool will just get it into the FM zone before FM getting it back out there. But it goes to the Liverpool D-men. They're not able to get it back in the zone there. But the referee will rule that a hand pass. $13:15 left to go in this first period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets zone. Walker Thompson getting it off the face-off there over for Leveroni. Leveroni getting it for Osterley. Osterley up for Ives. Ives coming in, shoots. Save made by Smith. And he will be able to cover it as it bounced right in front of him. He almost didn't reach it. Face off, one to the side of the Hornets. They'll put it on net. Not quite, though. It gets blocked and goes right back to the boards. Number 15, Cole Bradley. He'll put it around for number 24, Braden Cheevers. Cheevers putting it back in for Kyle Kirkby. Kirkby off the glass there. He's able to get it out of Liverpool's zone, but it'll go to the stick of Gavin Patnote in the FM Hornets end. He tried to drop it there for Osterley. Braden Cheevers puts a shot on, but it's saved by Chris Finger. Boy, looked like Jonas Osterley almost gave up on that. He had a look of really on his face. But yet, thankfully, he played defense. And thankfully, Chris Finger saved that shot. Back in the corner is Latoff, getting it over for Lorraine. Lorraine turning back around, looking for some more room. Looking over his options, skates it up a bit. Tried to get it up for Dimitri Sergeev. But it'll go to Liverpool. And they will get a bit of a regroup here. Ellie Grinnell's with it. Trying to get it up for Cole Broughton. But it'll go too far. Thankfully, he did tip it. That will not be an icing. Ellie Grinnell's trying to get it in the corner. There is Cole Broughton. And Charlotte Lorraine get a bit stacked up there in the corner. FM are temporarily able to get it out. But Liverpool sent it right back in. Charlotte Lorraine with it now. Getting it up the boards. Taking it himself, shoots it. It's off the legs there of Christopher Zimmer. And Zimmer will come up the boards. Dimitri Sergeev looking to put some pressure on. He doesn't before he dumps it in. It gets right towards the center there. But it's picked up by Charlie Lorraine. He tried to send it up for Drew Fitz. But Fitz went for a change. And instead, Lorraine will get it back. Looking over his options, getting it up from LeDuc, and then Sanzone. Sanzone in the zone, trying at least to get it over to Connor McDonald. He's unable to catch it, but Liverpool will put it the other way. But too far. That'll be an icing. And Chris Finger rifling that puck down, giving the ref a break here. As a former ref myself, trust me, that is not the most comfortable thing to do, to skate all the way back down the ice. It's quite tiring. Liverpool tying it up in the corner, in the face-off dot, I should say there. They get it along the boards, up and high out. And Teddy Smart getting it over Walker Thompson. Thompson coming up the side, getting up for Will Sanzone. But Liverpool will get it quickly out of their own zone here. Here comes number 16, Kalen Brown. And he's put a body on by Michael LeDuc. Teddy Smart getting it up for McDonald. McDonald trying to drop it for a bit of a breakout here. But he takes it himself behind the net. Goes one way. Sanzone takes it, and he gets it over for Michael LeDuc. He's able to get it through the legs of number 19, Andrew Garber. Michael LeDuc coming in now, faces a hit. Sanzone will shoot and score! And Will Sanzone has put the first one up on the board for the Hornets. They take the lead 1-0. Now trying to give the ref here some assists. And I believe that was Will Sanzone from Michael LeDuc. As Michael LeDuc did take it in the zone, but did face a bit of a pressure here. He fell down, Sanzone picked it up and put it in the net. And I will say, ladies and gentlemen, that my statements during the intro of a masterclass in goaltending may be a little bit invalidated on the side of Liverpool, as number 37, James Welch, is not in net at the moment. Kyle Kirkby taking a shot, and it's patted away by Chris Finger. Nico Capriati getting it, or at least trying to get it off the boards. But number 24, Braden Cheevers, he's coming into the corner. Ryan Tonkovic. He puts it out of play there, tried to get it off the glass. Face off to the left of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end. Leylake will win it back, and Tonkovic will send it all the way around. Brady Moore trying to get it off the boards there. He's helped out by Charlie Lorraine. It'll square it out for Tonkovic. Tonkovic getting it up for Capriati. Capriati coming up with speed through the center there. Faces some pressure, but does not fall down. Instead, Xavier Springer will fall down. But Liverpool will get their possession back, and Braden Cheevers coming up the side. Trying to put it on net there. He shot it, but it went wide off a deflection. Liverpool getting it off the boards and over to the other side here. Braden Cheevers will look to pick it up, but instead will Brian Tonkovic sending it up for Capriati. Capriati, it's stopped there by Kyle Kirkby on the point. Yeah, for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine up for Moore. Moore now getting it out of the zone. Rather bobbled it down the blue line there. He and the others will go for a change. Brian Tonkovic sending it over for Jonas Osterley. He bobbles it a little bit. Sends it over for Leveroni, though. Osterley gets it back to Leveroni, but not covering it was Trevor Smith. He pushed it outwards, and it'll go in the corner. Kyle Kirkby will rim it around and get it out of the zone, but that will be an icing, as nobody was able to touch it before it reached the goal line. Chris Finger firing it back down the ice again. The face-off will instead be to the right of Trevor Smith, contrary to Trevor Smith's thoughts. When he get back with the Hornets, they almost got it over the glass as it went off the knee of Cold Knives. But getting it out there was number 22, Evan Haskins. He'll get it up in the Hornets' end. No icing, as it didn't reach the goal line. And Cole Broughton putting some pressure on behind the net. He's able to come out with it. Looking towards the center, he gets it off the boards, though. And the point man, or should I say woman, Jenna Hayes, gets it back for Cole Broughton. Broughton is unable to put a shot on, and the Hornets will get it out of the zone, but not before Liverpool, at least. Trying to put it back in, but it goes to the stick of Teddy Smart. Get it over for Walker Thompson. He tried to get it off the boards there, but Cole Broughton denied him. And instead, Colton Ives will take it himself. Looking up the boards, dropping it there for Osterley. Osterley making it around number 4, Cole Broughton. He makes it around another, trying to get it through the zone here. He weaves through all of them, is unable to get a shot off, though. Sending it over towards Ives. He's unable to catch it. Gets back. Ives shoots. And save made by Trevor Smith. Face off to the left of Trevor Smith. FM winning it back to the point man. Charlie Lorraine taking a shot. It's saved, but rebounded by Trevor Smith. Lorraine takes a shot again. It's off the pad. Liverpool will pick it up this time, trying to get it out of their zone, and they do, getting it up for Griffin Sheftick. But in the corner there was Caden Livesey. Coming out with it is Charlie Lorraine. Looking up the boards. Gets it over the blue line. Trying to get it towards the center there. He loses it. Liverpool will pick it back up as Brian Tonkovich fell. And number 21, Griffin Sheftick on a breakaway shoots. Save made by Finger. He tried to get it away there, and he's finally able to cover it. Wow, once again, Chris Finger helps out the Hornets after Brian Tonkovich lost his balance on the blue line. And Griffin Sheftick was off and running on a breakaway. Chris Finger was able to stop him. Liverpool winning it back, but it gets deflected over towards the other boards. Xavier Springer putting it behind the net. Will Sanzone, Walker Thompson in for the Hornets, putting some pressure on. Unable to get it out the boards yet. Coming out with it, though, is Liverpool. Xavier Springer will go for it on the boards. He'll try to come out with it, though. It goes back to the point. The point man gets it high and deep in the zone. Gavin Patnode getting it up for Connor McDonald there. McDonald's unable to touch it. And here comes Liverpool coming back in, trying for a bit of a wraparound here. Shoots, and it's off a defender. Matt Marcus behind the goal here. Gets some pressure put on by Gavin Patnode. Will Sanson now putting some pressure on. As Patnode comes in to help, and Connor McDonald and Michael LeDuc will get it out of the zone, but not before Cole Bradley can take it back in. Matt Marcus trying to get him towards the center there. Number 15 doesn't have a shot here. He shoots again, but it's off the outside of the net. Getting it back for Marcus. Marcus coming around the circle, getting it over for Kirkby. Kirkby's got a shot. He shoots, and it's saved by Finger. Point man putting it back on the boards. Marcus loses it. Will Sanzone in to put some pressure on, and so does Michael LeDuc. He gets it up for Connor McDonald. He's getting the zone here. And he puts it deep, and he will go and change, as has his teammates. Braden Cheevers coming up the side. Liverpool, though, dancing it across the blue line there. Xavier Springer's able to get it in deep, but Charlotte Lorraine will pick it up and get it out of the FM Hornets zone, forcing Jenna Hayes to chase it there, but Lalick will keep it in the zone. Coming across, shot, scores! And Jack Lalick has extended the FM Hornets lead to 2. And pulling a bit of a trendy move there was Jack Lalick as he came to the bench to get some high fives. The Hornets will go up 2-0. Liverpool winning it back to the defender. Took some time there, got it off the boards though. It'll get up for Charlotte Lorraine. Lorraine coming across, trying to make some moves, goes the other way. Getting it backhand up for Nico Capriati. Capriati bobbling it there, but handling it like a champ. He stops at the red line, gets it over for Brady Moore. Moore takes a shot, but it's off of Colin Summerson. And the Hornets are unable to keep it in, but here comes Jonas Osterley coming into the zone, shoots, and it goes wide of the net. Jenna Hayes getting it over there for her fellow teammate Ellie Grinnells and number 22 Evan Haskins. They will get it in the Hornet zone. Charlotte Lorraine, though, putting it around for Brian Tonkovich in the other corner. Back for Osterley. Osterley bobbling it there. He leaves it for Charlotte Lorraine, though. He'll come up the other side. He drops it, though, and Colin Ives will pick it up for him. Getting it up for Osterley. Osterley coming through the center. Makes a move around 1. Makes a move around 2, but he's not able to get himself through it. And Liverpool will put it on the boards. Joey Leveroni coming with it, though. And he's rather tripped up there. No call, though. And Gavin Patnode will keep it in. Liverpool trying to get that possession back. Joey Leveroni trying to handle it there. Gavin Patnode comes back up, but is unable to keep it out of the zone, in the zone, I should say. It goes out of the zone. Jonas Osterley getting it back for the Hornets. Gets it over for Walker Thompson. Thompson will put it just the other way. But getting it there was Colin Summerson. He gets it off the boards, and the icing is waved off as it goes to Chris Finger. Over to Gavin Patnode. Patnode over for Osterley. Osterley coming up the boards, makes a move around 1. He's on all of... He's all into the zone there. Walker Thompson will shoot. Hey, no! What? And the referee signaled no goal. I'm not sure what happened here. My eyes saw it as the puck hitting the bottom of the back of the net and bouncing right back out. Not sure what the ref saw, but here comes Liverpool off the face-off, coming up quickly. Getting around the net there, trying to get a wraparound. But Drew Fitz, in partnership with Charlie Lorraine, they're able to get it out of the zone. Drew Fitz will go to put some pressure on for a forecheck. Keeping it in, though, is Charlie Lorraine after it came around to him. We'll get it back into the corner for Fitz. Fitz getting it towards the center there for Latoff. But Liverpool will get it off the boards and out of the zone, but not very far. Charlie Lorraine will put that back in. Kyle Kirkby kicking it into the corner for number 19, Andrew Garber. Will Sanzone sending it over to the center there, but they're unable to get a shot off. Gavin Patno trying to send it back in, but Liverpool will deny him. Walker Thompson faces some issues over on the boards. And it'll get back in for Gavin Patno. And quickly to put some pressure on is Matthew Marcus. He gets put down, though. But Liverpool will possess it in the FM end. Coming across the blue line, gets it over for Kirkby. Kirkby back over to Summerson. Summerson putting it back into the corner. Xavier Springer putting a hit on. But here comes Walker Thompson. He sends it off the boards. Michael LeDuc is unable to get it out. Liverpool will send it back in deep behind the net. Patno putting it off the other side. And Connor McDonald making a move there, but he loses it to Xavier Springer. And Braden Shevers will try to get that puck there, but FM denies him at the blue line. Connor McDonald making a move there around one of the Liverpool defenders. Gets it around. Gavin Patno's able to keep it in. Summerson sending it over for Walker Thompson, who keeps it in and sends it back deep again. Will Sanzone sending it over for Connor McDonald. McDonald over for LeDuc. LeDuc is unable to catch it. Summerson will get it for the Liverpool Warriors. He's unable to get it out of the zone now. And it's kept in by the Hornets. That was a costly mistake. And put down there was Michael LeDuc. And that will be a tripping call. One of the Liverpool players here. And yes, that is number 3, Kyle Kirkby, going to the box. 2 minutes for tripping. 21.8 seconds left to go in this first period. Wow, it's gone by quick. But the Hornets are up 2-0. And now, for 2 minutes, they will be on the power play. Their power play line is out. But they're unable to win that faceoff. It's tied up there and put in the corner. Cleveroni sending it up for Lorraine. Lorraine walking it in a little bit. He drops it for Osterley. Osterley shoots it. Save made by Smith. Goes back out for Lorraine. Lorraine shoots, but it's off of Ellie Grinnells. And number 4, Cole Button, he will get it out into the stick of Chris Finger. But that'll do it for period 1 of hockey here at the Toyota Coliseum. The score after 1, 2-0 to the FM Hornets. And they are out shooting the Liverpool Warriors 12-5 that period. And for a minute 39, the first minute 39 of the second period, the Hornets will be on the power play. So don't miss it. Don't leave. Don't click off. We will be back for period 2 of hockey here at the Toyota Coliseum. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here at the Toyota Coliseum for period 2 of the FM Hornets versus the Liverpool Warriors, round 2. And so far, after one period, the Hornets are up 2-0, thanks to goals from Will Sanzone and Jack Lalek, and almost one from Walker Thompson, which we reviewed the footage. It did go in, but the referee behind the net must not have seen it, and so he waved it off. But in my mind, or at least according to the video, the Hornets should be up 3-0. But as of now, they are only up 2. Can they get a third in this period? Well, we'll find out here on the Hornets Hockey Network. And now, both teams switching sides as they do. Two centermen having a talk. Hopefully it's one of good things. But as was said before we went to break, the Hornets will start the first minute and 39 of this period on a power play as they win the face-off forward thanks to Joey Leveroni. But Jonas Ashley will possess it in the neutral zone, getting it back for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine over for Osterley, coming into the neutral zone. Getting it over for Leveroni. Leveroni getting into the corner. Coming around, getting a bit of a stick put on by Cole Bradley. Liverpool will get it out of the zone. Getting it over for Gavin Patnode, though, for the Hornets. Jonas Osterley getting it over for Leveroni, who takes it up. But Matt Marcus will glove that down after it went high. But keeping it in was Gavin Patnode, until Matthew Marcus was able to knock it out. Charlie Lorraine getting it over for Patnode. Patnode back to Lorraine as Matthew Marcus is putting on quite the forecheck here. Coming up the side, though, is Colton Ives. He'll dump it into the zone all the way around. And the Hornets, courtesy of Gavin Patnode, will keep it in, sending it over for Osterley. Osterley walking across, sending it over for Lorraine. Lorraine getting it off the boards there. Lorraine walking in, shoots it, and it gets deflected off the stick of Matt Marcus. And Liverpool will try to get it out, but keeping it in is Gavin Patnode. Getting it back from Cole Bradley. He'll send it high and out. And Chris Finger will touch it, leaving it for Jonas Osterley coming around the net. Off the boards in the neutral zone, over the blue line, makes a move, puts it behind the legs, and he scores! And in quite the fancy fashion that we've come to know from Jonas Osterley, he has put it behind Trevor Smith through the legs. And there's number 3, legitimately, for these FM Hornets. And with 15:25 left to go in this second period, a bit of a scoreboard malfunction here. They put up a 5 and then an 8. Got to reduce that. Yes, there we go. It is 3-0 here at the Toyota Coliseum. Liverpool winning it back to Kyle Kirkby here. He puts it on net. Chris Finger will choose to cover that, not wanting to take any risks on this. Face off to the right of Chris Finger in the FM end. Danzo winning it back for the Hornets. Walker Thompson will go in to get it, sending it around. But getting that deeper into the zone was Chris Zimmer. He faces some pressure in the corner. Will Sanzone coming and getting it back out there. He'll get it back in the corner, though. Sending it to the other side for Walker Thompson. He rather shies away from a hit from Cole Broughton there. Broughton will keep the puck, putting it into the corner off the boards as he came behind the net. He puts it back behind the net. Going to get it, though, is Will Sanzone. He'll get it up there, and Connor McDonald putting down number 3, Kyle Kirkby. He'll walk across the blue line, get some pressure put on from Evan Haskins. And Teddy Smart will send it over for Walker Thompson. He gets it off the boards, and he gets it out of the zone for Connor McDonald, who rather loses it there after one off the back of his stick. A bit of a pile up there between the red line and the blue line. But Liverpool will take it the other way, coming in the FM end, but denying any sort of entry is Teddy Smart. Michael LeDuc will send it up to Sanzone. Sanzone doesn't quite get it before Kyle Kirkby can get it off the boards, but keeping it just in the zone there was Connor McDonald. He'll keep it in again, even after some pressure. Kyle Kirkby getting it back off the boards, though. And Xavier Springer's unable to catch it as Teddy Smart puts it back onto the boards from whence it came. Walker Thompson trying to dump it in there. He makes some moves, though. Puts it in the corner. Gets a hit put on him, though, from Chris Zimmer. And the Hornets are unable to keep it in the zone there. Brady Moore sending it over for Brian Tonkovic. Tonkovic off the boards and into the zone. Trevor Smith stopping it behind the net, though. Brady Moore, I should say. Putting some pressure on behind the net there. But coming out was Jack Lelik. He tries to put a shot on, but it went wide. Brady Moore going in to put some pressure on, and so does Nico Capriati. Matthew Marcus coming out off the boards there. But the Hornets are able to keep it in. It's Kyle Kirkby getting it out of the zone there, up for Braden Cheevers. He makes a move, looks to make a shot. Save made by Finger, and he turns it into the corner. Matthew Marcus, though, will pick it up. But Charlie Loren will steal it, getting off the helmet there, I believe, of Brady Moore. Takes it like a champ. But Matthew Marcus sending it towards the center, but the Hornets are able to almost get it out there. But keeping it in was Jenna Hayes. Wow, that was a close one to go now. The Hornets will get it out of the zone, though, but at a cost. That'll be an icing, and it'll go back into their own zone. Chris Finger at the other end. Spotting an equipment malfunction. One of the net guards of, I believe, the Hornets went into the corner over there. And as the puck was at the other end, and play stopped, he went and got it. And it will be brought back to the FM bench. Face off to his right. Tied up there in the middle, one into the corner. Liverpool getting it even deeper behind the net. Gavin Patnode going in for it. He goes against Evan Haskins. A bunch of players down there trying to fight for the puck, but coming out with it is Caden Livesey. Livesey coming up, looking over his options. Gets it out of the FM zone. Tried to make a pass there, but Liverpool intercepted it. They'll try to take it the other way. But Gavin Patnode taking it around the circle. Puts it off the boards. And this line, the Grimes line, I should say. All the players coming from Bishop Grimes. It will go to put a forecheck on. But Liverpool will get it out. And number 15, Cole Bradley coming in. Looks over his options, stops right behind the goal line there. But Liverpool's unable to get a shot off. Walker Thompson getting it off the boards. And coming towards the center with it. Off the side now, off the boards again. And he gets it into Liverpool's zone. He will go to chase it himself. But that is ruled an icing, as he didn't quite release it in time. .11:31 left to go in this second period of play. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Hornets winning it back. Brian Tonkovic getting it off the backboards there. Lorraine getting it, or Leveroni, I should say, getting it for Ives, who gets it up for Osterley. Osterley coming in, shot, save made by Smith. Ives will go in the corner for it, leaving it for Osterley. Osterley gets some pressure put on, and Liverpool will try to get it out. Nick Sergeev, though, keeping it in, and keeping it in a second time, sending it into the corner for Colin Summerson. Summerson will send it around for Liverpool, and they'll get it out. Leveroni, though, stopping in the boards there in the neutral zone, getting it up for Osterley. Osterley coming across, shot, save made, rebound, shot, and a save there. Gets it back out for Osterley. Tried to put it off the back boards there. Off the Zamboni door. Back up for Leveroni. He's not able to get a shot off. And Chris Zimmer will get it out for Liverpool. He'll go and chase it into the zone. Nick Sergeev unable to get as much speed up. But nonetheless, Jonas Osterley with it behind the net, sending it off the glass there. Liverpool will keep it in. Zimmerte with a shot. but it gets deflected down, and up comes Cold Knives with it. He drops it, though, getting it over for Osterley. Osterley over for Tankovic. Goes off a skate there, goes back to Cold Knives. He waits until the red line and releases it hard. Goes all the way around and out of the zone. Goes over for Teddy Smart, though. And over to Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine getting it up for McDonald there. McDonald sent it in the zone as Chris Zimmer in the corner with it is unable to get it out as it's deflected by the Hornets. Michael LeDuc shoots, and it's saved by Trevor Smith. Rebound, and it's not covered yet. It's still loose, and it goes into the corner. Teddy Smart with it. Bobs it once, takes a shot, though. And, oh, Michael LeDuc is unable to put that rebound in. And the arm is up, and a penalty will come for slashing. And that will be on number 8, Connor McDonald. He'll go to the box, 2 minutes for slashing. And the Hornets will be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes with 9:26 left to go in the second. Face off to the right of Chris Finger as the Hornets defenders looking for a bit of a change there. Walker Thompson turns back, realizes there's too many on the ice. Leveroni getting it off the face-off there, but Jonas Osterley getting it back himself and getting it way out deep into Liverpool's end. Braden Cheevers leaving it for Matt Marcus. Marcus coming up the other side now, and it's tripped up by Joey Leveroni, and he admits his fault. He goes right to the box, but Matt Marcus getting up rather suspiciously sprightly there. Nonetheless, he will continue on the ice here. Seems he's all right. And the reason I say suspiciously is there is a known strategy in hockey to sell a trip and draw a penalty. Some players have been known to use it, even in Section 3 hockey. Was it used here? We'll never know. FM getting it out of the zone. Trevor Smith stopping it behind his net. Liverpool with a 5-on-3 now. Coming into the zone. Stopping at the point there. Waiting for everybody else to set up. Gets it over to the boardman. Boardman coming around the circle. Pointman shoots. Save made, and it goes off the post and out. Boardman gets it over to the other side. Boardman coming down there. Matt Marcus in the corner. Getting it up to the point. Going over to the other one. Braden Cheevers with it. Sending it across, and the deflection does not go anywhere other than out of play. And with 49 seconds left to go, and this 5-on-3 here, Liverpool sees this as probably one of their better opportunities this game to get one up on the board. But the faceoff will be out of the Hornets' end in the neutral zone. Faceoff, one forward by Brady Moore there. He's able to get it deep into Liverpool's zone and waste some of that 49 seconds. Braden Cheevers coming down the center of the ice, coming down the side now. Faces some pressure from Brady Moore. Gets it back up for Ellie Grinnells. She gets it back for Cheevers. Cheevers coming around the dot, but it stays right at that dot. And Liverpool's a bit conflicted on who to give it to. The Liverpool player gives the stick back to Charlie Lorraine. He shoots, and it goes wide. It goes back towards it, and the puck came across the crease. And that net was off. And wow, that was a close one. And I don't think Chris Finger knows how he made that stop. It went right across the open net, but nobody is there to poke it in. Face off in front of Liverpool's bench, one back by the Hornets. Gavin Patno getting it deep down there. Trevor Smith getting it up for Chris Zimmer, who bobbles it a little bit. Bobbles it again, right near the right near the goal there. And it's 5-on-4 now for the next 17 seconds. Jonas Ashley killing some time in the FM Hornets zone, keeping it in though as Kyle Kirkby gets it over for Patnode. He is able to get it up there, and wow, it came right towards Chris Finger. Oh, wow. And he handled that like a pro, off his chest and into his glove. Whew. Might not have been a shot, but wow, that was quite the chance. Face off to the left of Chris Finger is won by the Hornets, and they get it down there. It's stopped by number 7, but here comes Leveroni. Leveroni shoots, but it's saved by Trevor Smith. Wow, that puck couldn't come he couldn't come out of that box at a more opportune time, as that puck was right there for him, and he used all of his wheels to go get it and try to put a shot on. Liverpool winning that faceoff back in their own end. Get it off the boards there. Try to get up for Xavier Springer, but that will go too far. That's an icing. FM Hornets getting a bit of a change during the stoppage here. Tied up there, and both of those centers fall down. And Matt Marcus is on the ground, holding his thigh. Seems that it is not his day for contact. And yeah, he is skating off with a little bit of a limp there. We are glad that he is okay and able to skate off under his own power. 6:43 left to go in the second, though. And a whole nother Liverpool Warriors line will come out. Ellie Grinnell's taking the face-off now. She wins it back for Liverpool. Dmitry Sergeev putting a hit on there. And the Hornets will work to keep it in the zone. Liverpool trying to get it out along the boards, but it gets into the corner. Dmitry Sergeev going for it. And he is able to put some pressure on, along with Lucas Latov. But Liverpool will get it out of their own end. Sending it up for Latov. Latov trying to get it off the boards there. But stopping that was Cole Broughton. And stopping that was Charlie Lorraine. Latov will get it off the boards as he intended. And Kyle Kirkby will send it D to D over to Colin Summerson. He drops it, though. And Dmitry Sergeev puts some pressure on. Ellie Grinnells, though, will pick it up. Coming around the circle. Up the side into the Hornets' end. Coming across. Shot. Save made by Finger, and he will cover it. .55 left to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. That face off is tied up there. One forward by the Hornets as Golden Knives gets it off through the legs of, I believe, the referee there. He gets it into Liverpool's zone, but he will not get there in time. That'll be an icing. It'll go right back to where it started. .45 now left to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Chris Finger again. FM able to win it back this time. Jonas Ashley getting it up for Joey Leveroni. Leveroni able to get it out there, but through the stick action of Andrew Gabor. Devin Patnode trying to get it off the boards there, but it goes high into the corner. And going into the other corner, his Golden Knives leaves it for Jonas Ashley. Coming up, getting it up for Leveroni. He bobbles it a bit, though. Colin Summerson he faced some pressure there from Colin Summerson. Patnode will try to take a shot. He fakes and shoots it second time now. But it's unable to go very far. He gets it over for Leveroni, though, Osterley. Liverpool will work to get it out of their zone there, but Jonas Osterley trying to put it back into the corner as Liverpool sends it into the FM Hornets bench, causing those players and coaches to duck. 4:48 left to go in the second. Face off to the right of Trevor Smith in the Liverpool Warriors zone. Face off one back by the Hornets. Brian Tonkovich with it, trying to put a shot on, but it's deflected by one of the defenders. Capriati coming around. And that will be ruled a hand pass on the Hornets. And that will go out of the zone. In fact, way out of the zone. That will be a face-off to the left of Chris Finger in the FM Hornets end, just due to a hand pass. FM winning that face-off back, but Liverpool trying to take it there quickly. Gets it up for Capriati. Capriati putting it behind the net so that Charlie Lorraine could have some room. They'll come back around from it. Coming over to the other side, faces a stick there from Braden Cheevers. Lorraine will send it in. Tonkovich will keep it in, sending it back in himself. And Nico Capriati going into the corner, faces some pressure though. Liverpool will try to take it out, and take it out they do. Braden Cheevers with it now, taking it into the zone. But it gets deflected into the corner. They're trying to send it towards the center. It'll go high over into the other one. Nico Capriati putting on some pressure. Charlie Lorraine trying to scoop that out of the corner. He does so, getting it back up there. But the point man coming back down with it. He tries to come towards the center there, but a big hit was put on by Charlie Lorraine to stop him. And it'll come out of the zone. But too far. That pass was not caught. And therefore, it will be an icing. As Jack Lalick had a bit of a reaction to not catching that pass. This Hornets team will get a change as the face-off is to the left of Finger. Face-off one forward by Liverpool. Coming around is Ollie Grinnells, looking over her options. Sending it back. Evan Haskins coming across. It goes back into the corner. Gavin Patnote, I should say, will go in to put some pressure on. Walker Thompson will try to put some pressure on himself as Ellie Grinnells getting it knocked away by Michael LeDuc. Coming back in, though, is Liverpool. They bobble it at the top of the circles. And Gavin Patnote will take it up for the Hornets, putting it deep into the zone behind the net. Chris Zimmer will take it up, getting some pressure put on him by number 11, Will Sanzone. But getting it in the circle there was Connor McDonald. He'll put a shot on, but it goes through in the legs of number 3, Kyle Kirkby. And he will go to the box for another penalty, this time for cross-checking. Boy, this must not be his night. That's his second of the night in just as many periods. And now, the Hornets will have a power play and a man advantage, 5-on-4. Face-off one by the Hornets. It's saved, though, by Trevor Smith as a quick shot there. Came from Colin Ives with a rather shallow angle. But Trevor Smith, keeping to his post as he does, will make that save. Face off one back by the Hornets. Colton Ives with it again. This time he'll send it back for Lorraine. Lorraine walking across, getting it over for Osterley. Osterley walking in, looking over his options, comes back out, gets it over for Lorraine. Lorraine bobbling it a little bit, gets it over for Osterley as he recovers it. Comes across, shot, save made by Trevor Smith. .2:22 left to go in this second period of play. Face off one forward by the Hornets. Joey Leveroni getting double teamed there as he tried to go for that puck behind the net. Joey Leveroni working it in the corner, trying to send it up. Getting it over for Osterley. Osterley setting it up now. Getting it over for Patnode. Patnode getting it back for Lorraine. Lorraine walking across, sending it over for Osterley. Osterley back to Lorraine. Lorraine with a shot, but it gets deflected by Matthew Marcus. Glad he's back on the ice here. But Gavin Patnode will send it back for Jonas Osterley. He will send it over for Lorraine. Lorraine walking back across, sending it back to Osterley. Osterley back over to Lorraine. Lorraine walking in, shot, save made by Trevor Smith, but it's rebounded. And Liverpool will get it out of the zone with 50 seconds left to go in that penalty. Gavin Patnode dropping it for Osterley. Osterley coming up the side with some speed now. Makes some move, shot, save made by Trevor Smith, and Liverpool will fire it again into the FM bench. And it went right back out onto the ice. Not sure who it was that got struck. Nonetheless, they are able to keep it in the playing field. Face off, one back by the Hornets to Charlie Lorraine. Looking to set it up there with 30 seconds left to go in this penalty. Gets it over for Osterley. Osterley walking in, sending it over for Patnode. Patnode's unable to get a shot off. He sends it in though. He shoots and scores! And Colden Ives will get that rebound and put it in. And with 1:07 left to go in this second period, the Hornets have gone up 4-0. This goal, courtesy of Colden Ives. Parker Thompson looking for a little bit of a change here. Charlie Lorraine will come out, and so the center will be thrown out. Drew Fitz will take that face off. Liverpool will win it. But Lucas Latoff facing some pressure there from Evan Haskins. And Latoff puts Evan Haskins on the boards. Drew Fitz, rather losing it there to the Liverpool defenders' confusion. Lucas Latoff in the corner facing some pressure from Kyle Kirkby. Nelly Grinnells is able to get it up the boards, but a drag race there, and the stick of Charlie Lorraine will deny any further entry into the zone. Cole Broughton sending it on net there. Chris Finger turning it away as he does. And it along the boards there, Ellie Grinnells getting it back in for Evan Haskins. But coming out with it is Dimitri Sergeev. Almost runs into the ref there. I believe he gave him a little bit of a bump. Tried to get it up for Jacob Lambrick. But Cole Broughton trying to get it back in the zone. Dimitri Sergeev getting it out there. But a penalty will be called. And the Hornets will start the third period on the power play. And as that scoreboard says, we are out of time for this period. At the end of 2, the score is 4-0. And some of these Liverpool players aren't exactly the happiest. Nonetheless, we've still got one period to go. So keep it here on the Hornets Hockey Network. We will be back with third period of action. Stay tuned. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hornets Hockey Network. We're here at the Toyota Coliseum for period 3 of round 2 of the Liverpool Warriors versus your FM Hornets. And the score after 2 is 4-0, courtesy of 2 goals in the second period from Jonas Osterley and Colin Ives. And due to a late tripping penalty on number 12, Ellie Grinnells for Liverpool, the Hornets will start this third period on the power play for 2 whole minutes, as Liverpool were unable to touch it before the buzzer sounded. But no matter, we've got third period of action here at the Toyota Coliseum, right here on the Hornets Hockey Network. And as such, Liverpool starting with only 4 people. Face-off is one back towards Liverpool. They'll get it off the boards there, but Gavin Patnode will get it up for Charlie Lorraine. Lorraine coming across, giving over for Patnode. Patnode getting it in the zone there. As Liverpool trying to get it out of the zone there. Matthew Marcus, though, facing some pressure from Jacob Lambrick. He's coming up the side here. Comes across, and it's knocked away by Chris Finger. Caden Livesey will go over to the boards to try to keep it going towards Liverpool's zone. He'll kick it out for Gavin Patnode. Sending it up for Caden Shaver there. Matthew Marcus trying to take it there. And Caden Livesey will stop it. Gavin Patnode will put it over to the boards. And Charlotte Lorraine will get it over for Aiden Shaver. He'll come into the zone as Jacob Lambrick looks for a change. We'll get it over for Patnode. Patnode with a shot. It goes wide of the net now. And Patnode will get it down. And himself, he will get it up for Jonas Osterley in the zone here. Getting it back for Lorraine, though. Trying to set things up here as Lorraine comes across the blue line. Osterley back to Lorraine. Lorraine with a shot, but it goes wide as it's saved by Trevor Smith. Liverpool getting it back down as Chris Finger will stop it at the red line there. Jonas Osterley coming through the neutral zone and into the zone with speed. Makes a move, comes around the backside, looks to set it up. Charlie Lorraine there, just able to keep it in. Kyle Kirkby going for it on the boards. He's able to get it out for Liverpool. And they will get it deep into the Hornets' end with 10 seconds left to go in this penalty for Liverpool. Leaving it for Jonas Osterley. Coming out through the middle. And a big hack there was loaded up by Braden Cheevers. Coming now with it is Colton Ives. And Joey Leveroni joining the chase here. And he will put a big hit on. But the ref will deem that illegal. As Joey Leveroni tried to put a hit on Cole Bradley. And Joey Leveroni will go to the box. Almost 10 seconds after that penalty from Liverpool expired. And with 14:49 left to go in the third, the Hornets will be on the penalty kill for 2 minutes. Tied up there. FM are able to win that face-off far forward. Brady Moore going in quickly for a forecheck. They'll turn back. Nico Capriati coming in now, trying to put some pressure on. He loses his balance, though. He will back check. As Liverpool coming up the other way, rather slowly, though, gets it over for Cole Broughton on the boards. And Brady Moore's sure to put some pressure on, along with Nico Capriati. Keeping it there at the blue line. And that is ruled offsides. As Liverpool is unable to keep it in, fighting along those boards. 1:32 left to go in this penalty for the FM Hornets. Liverpool wins it back, but way back. Goes deep into their own zone behind the goal line. As Trevor Smith tried to put a stick into Brady Moore as he came around his net. Nico Capriati keeping it just in there, but Matthew Marcus coming up the side. Almost gets a shot off, or almost gets a clean shot off. He's able to shoot it, but it goes wide of the net. He'll get it in the corner, coming out though, and the stick of Gavin Patnode and the efforts of Nico Capriati will let it get out of the zone as we're halfway through this penalty kill for the Hornets. Coming back in is Liverpool, stopping at that blue line, looking to set things up. Ellie Grinnell's getting it over, but Gavin Patnode is all alone. Coming in on Trevor Smith, he takes a shot, but it's saved twice by Trevor Smith. And wow, Gavin Patnode had quite the opportunity there, but he was unable to put it in net. 13:30 left to go in this third period. 41 seconds left to go in the FM penalty. Winning it over to the side there was Liverpool. They keep it in their zone though. Chris Zimmer coming up the side with it now. Rather slowly looking to set things up. Gets it towards the net, but it's gloved up by Chris Finger. And we're 3/4 of the way through this Hornets penalty. Face off to the left of Chris Finger and the FM Hornets zone. Face off one back by Liverpool. They'll get it into the corner though. Ellie Grinnell's with it. Getting it into the other corner. Michael Leduc going over for it. Liverpool getting it back into the other corner. Gets it back for Ellie Grinnell's. She'll come around the corner. Coming back across though. Shot! Save made by Finger! And it's loose and it goes behind the net. And FM have killed off their penalty. They are back to full strength. Ellie Grinnell's coming back across. Looking around. But it's stopped. And some disagreeing in front of the net there between Kyle Kirkby and Brian Tonkovich will send both of them to the penalty boxes. And due to those penalties being at the same time, as in coincidental, we will still be 5-on-5 here for the next 2 minutes. And they will only get out after those 2 minutes, after a whistle is blown. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Refs having a bit of a conversation here over at the dot. A little bit of an explanation needed. And the refs will go over to the FM bench, providing a little clarity. And number 15, Cole Bradley, over towards that bench. I mean, that is his point. Maybe he knows a few of those FM players. Sharing a word before they go again here eventually. 12:40 left to go in the third period. Face-off is to the right of Chris Finger. And I believe, not sure what these refs are up to here. Going over to the Liverpool bench now. And oh boy. I believe, contrary to what has happened all year, where penalties at the same time were ruled as coincidental and with a 5-on-5 play, this time, in this game, they will go 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And those penalties will be let out immediately, I can assume. Both of them will get 2 minutes up on the board as FM and Liverpool will go 4-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. Gavin Patnoe getting it in the corner. Looking behind the net. Looking over his options now. Getting it up from Michael LeDuc. He gets it off his skate, though. It will get out of the zone. But here comes Walker Thompson to pick it up. Looking back the other way for some more room. Gavin Patnoe, though, getting it as it squirts back towards FM's end. He'll put a shot on. Denied, of course, by Trevor Smith. They'll get it up to number 9, Keith Stockbridge. And Keith Stockbridge sends a shot, and it's saved by Chris Finger. Face off to the left of Chris Finger. Face off one back into the corner by the Hornets. Getting it over for Charlie Lorraine now, and a penalty will be coming on Jonas Osterley. I am not sure what that is for. But the signal sends interference. Clearly, a lot of penalties coming early in this game. And it will be 4-on-3. As Liverpool wins it back, coming across, shot, and it goes wide of the net. Charlotte Lorraine sending it down the other way as Joey Leveroni will put the Jets on and go to put a forecheck. Matt Marcus coming through the middle now, over to the right side, coming across, but that will be an offsides, my friend. And I believe that was number 15, Bo Bradley, who's offsides there. My friend, you must wait your turn. Matt Marcus almost losing his balance there on the dot. But FM will win it back into their own zone, however. Charlotte Lorraine picking it up and sending it off the boards and deep into Liverpool's zone. As Trevor Smith stops it behind his own net. Coming up now is Cole Bradley. Coming through the center. Switching over to the left side here, making a move. Shot, and it goes over the net. Ellie Grinnell's with it on the boards now. They're able to keep it in for Liverpool, but dropping it there was Matthew Marcus. And Joey Leveroni will be happily obliged to get it out of the zone. Chris Zimmer with it. Is it over for Ellie Grinnells? Grinnells sending it across for Braden Cheevers. Sending it out, though, was Charlie Lorraine. And Trevor Smith will stop it once again behind his own net. Golden Knives going for it as he released it. But Chris Zimmer getting it across for Cole Bradley. He'll come across, and it's deflected up into the netting. And that will go out of play. The Hornets, after those 2 coincidental penalties, have left the box. They will have 37 seconds left of a penalty kill. And now it is 5-on-4 on this ice. 10:33 left to go in the third. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Golden Knives winning it back. Walker Thompson with it there, sending it the other way. Keeping it in, though, or failing to keep it in as I look down at my roster, was Jenna Hayes. Getting it over for Kyle Kirkby. He will send it deep into the zone. It'll get off the back of the goal there. Getting it up for Braden Cheevers. Cheevers, though, bobbling it. Ives putting in some pressure. Xavier Springer getting it over for Kyle Kirkby. Kirkby does not get a shot off. And FM will work to get it out of the zone. Not of Xavier Springer, sending it up. The point woman, I should say, not point man, will try to take a shot. Xavier Springer losing his balance there. Will stay on the ice. And oh boy. He is in some pain over there. And Colton Ives signals that it was his knee. And oh boy, that cannot feel good. We hope he's all right, though. My goodness. But I will tell you, those injuries right to the knee in hockey, those are some of the worst that you can have. Speaking from experience on a team of my own. But we hope that he will be all right here. We'll be able to get off the ice. Yes, he is able to get up. And he will be helped off the ice by Matt Marcus. I was looking at his knee there. Hopefully nothing visible. But still, we're glad that he is okay. And as he goes to the bench, we will continue our game of hockey as we have 9 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third period. And all the penalties have expired, so we will be 5-on-5. Face off in front of the Hornets bench. Tied up there. This one back towards Liverpool. Jenna Hayes trying to take it into the zone there. Lucas Latoff will send that out of play over the glass. That face-off will be in the neutral zone on the opposite side of the Hornets bench. One back by the Hornets to Nick Sergeev. Sergeev over to Lorraine. Lorraine looking over his options with quite a bit of space here. Sends it up for Drew Fitz. Fitz getting it up for Dmitry Sergeev, I should say. But coming around is Kyle Kirkby. Getting it off the boards. Keeping it in, though, is Nick Sergeev. As Lucas Latoff goes in on Jenna Hayes. And that puck is still in the corner. Drew Fitz will come out with it. Shot, save made by Trevor Smith. Lorraine putting a bit of a shot on, sends it in. And Drew Fitz will get it back up for Nick Sergeev. Sergeev putting a shot on, but it's gloved down by Kyle Kirkby. He'll come through the center for Liverpool. Making a move, but he's unable to get a shot off, and he collides with Chris Finger. And a bit of fighting has broken out here behind the net. Two shots getting put in by Liverpool and FM. And they are not happy with Kyle Kirkby running into the FM goaltender, Chris Finger. Thankfully, they do have a bit of a connection through me, of all people. Kyle Kirkby used to be one of my teammates in youth hockey. And Chris Finger, well, he's just my brother. So thankfully, the two of them do know each other. No bad blood at all. Just a loss of balance and a collision into the goal. And a few Hornets players, though. Those who put some shots in on behind the net. They will go to the box. We have one penalty up for FM. And quite the ironic song choice here of Why Can't We Be Friends? After fighting ensues behind the net. And nonetheless, the two penalties for FM and the one penalty for Liverpool, one of each will cancel out. And as such, we will be 5-on-4 for 2 minutes. As Liverpool winning it back, getting it deep into the corner. Gavin Patnoe going for it. He'll send it back into the corner. Ellie Grinnell's getting it up for the point man. Point back to Grinnell's. Point man shoots, and it's off the leg there of Gavin Patnode, and Chris Finger is able to make the save off a rebound. Face off to the right of Chris Finger. Liverpool will win it back to the point man. Point man went over the boards. Walker Thompson trying to get it out there, but coming across was Liverpool. Getting it back for Cole Broughton. Behind and below the goal line. Coming out though is Ellie Grinnells, protecting that puck coming across the blue line. It's intercepted by Joey Leveroni. He's off on a breakaway. Shoots, save made by Trevor Smith. Oxley coming back in though. Backhand shot, and it goes wide. Oh man, you could not have two more skilled FM players to put some shots on the net, and both of them didn't go in. Man.
Everybody's got to move. Everybody's got to move.
.110 left to go in this penalty kill for FM. Face off, one back to Brian Tonkovic. Well, Liverpool will possess it in their zone, but not if Joey Leveroni has much to say about it. Xavier Springer trying to get it over there for Braden Cheevers, but it goes to Brian Tonkovic. He gets it off the back of Joey Leveroni. Osterley getting it up, though. But Liverpool will take it back, get it into the Hornets zone. Sends it across to Cheevers, shoots it, and it's off the legs of Brian Tonkovic. Osterley's with it now. Sending it over for Teddy Smart. Smart off the boards. Liverpool will not intercept it in the neutral zone. However, they will get it in their own end. Sending it up for Matthew Marcus. Coming across. Up the side. Into the corner. Into the other corner now. As Jonas Osterley puts some pressure on and rather scares Matt Marcus. He loses that puck, and Jonas Osterley will put it deep into Liverpool's zone. Coming around is Chris Zimmer. Coming up that same side. Coming towards the center now. Trying to get it towards the center. Shot! And it goes through traffic. Or gets blocked by traffic. And Chris Finger will come out and cover that. And all those penalties have expired. We're 5-on-5. Shot from the point. Backhand shot, though. Didn't go very far. Coming across, and the shot is over the net. Gavin Patnode getting it off the back of the boards. Walker Thompson making some moves there around Cole Broughton. He gets it over to Gavin Patnode. Patnode off the far wall, and that icing is waved off as it came right to Trevor Smith. He will cover it. .607 left to go in this third period of play. Face-off one back by the Hornets, but quickly taking it is Cole Broughton. Coming up the side here. It's denied by Charlie Lorraine. He'll keep it at that blue line. Coming in, though, is Ellie Grinnells. She'll come around the net, into the corner, around the circle, sending it over to the other point. Point man shoots, and it goes off the leg of Charlie Lorraine, and it bounces over Jenna Hayes' stick. Coming up with it is Lucas Latoff into the Liverpool zone. Puts a shot on, but it's blocked away by Trevor Smith, and it goes out of play. Face off, tied up there. As Liverpool getting it out of the zone. That will be waved off due to a deflection. Charlie Lorraine looking to waste some time behind that net, looking over his options as his players move around. And number 21, Griffin Sheftick. He forces that play, and Charlotte Lorraine will send that into the Liverpool zone. Getting it up there is Colin Summerson. He'll get it into FM's end, but that will be an icing. With 4:53 left to go in this third period, Chris Finger will fire it down to the ref at the dot. Face off. One forward by Liverpool. Kept in, though, by Gavin Patnode. Patnode shot, and it's saved by Trevor Smith, but it's rebounded into the corner. Jacob Lambrick trying to put some pressure on there in the corner, and so does Aiden Shaver. Lambrick helping him out, though. But Kyle Kirkby coming back towards the center. It's loose and kept in by Gavin Patnode. He'll send it back into the center. Liverpool just trying to get it out of their own zone here, and it's a 2-on-1, but Gavin Patnode denies it with his stick. Kyle Kirkby sending it up for Liverpool. They get it just into Liverpool's zone, and they send it back deep below the goal line. Kyle Kirkby getting it around. Walker Thompson with a shot, and it's saved by Trevor Smith. And Caden Livesey will try to put a shot on. Coming in, though, is Walker Thompson. He tried to put a backhand on. Aiden Shaver with it now, but it goes over to the boards. Caden Livesey will send it back towards the center. Aiden Shaver picking it back up. Trying to get it out, though, is Liverpool, and they do. Courtesy of, I believe, number 16, Kalen Brown. Trying to get it up for Gavin Patnode there. But coming up to Braden Cheevers. He does not catch that. Lucas Latoff will put some pressure on in the corner. Xavier Springer put a shot on there. It's turned away by Finger, though. And taking that was Matthew Marcus. He tried to get it up to the point man, who just wasn't there. Chris Zimmer with it now. Getting some pressure put on by Dimitri Sergeev. Liverpool are able to get it out of their zone. Get it over for Braden Cheevers. Cheever coming back in. He's unable to make a pass, though. And that'll be a penalty. And yes, that is on the FM Hornets. Charlotte Lorraine will go to the penalty box. 2 minutes for interference. And for those 2 minutes, the Hornets will be down a man on a penalty kill. Face off, one back by Liverpool, and they shoot it and saved by Finger. Face off, one forward by the Hornets. Point man shoots, and it's gloved up by Chris Finger. And we've had 2 stoppages of plays here in the span of 7 seconds. The faceoff will go to the other side, though. 1:53 left to go in the penalty kill. Brian Tonkovich trying to get it off the boards there. And Joey Leveroni will get it up for Jonas Osterley. Coming through the center. Up the side, stops at the point. Trying to get it over for Leveroni. But he's unable to get a shot off. As Leveroni still in that corner. Coming out with it, though, is Cole Broughton. Broughton coming out the side. Get some pressure put on by the Hornets. And a big hit there from Joey Leveroni. Leveroni still in that corner fighting. And it's right in his feet. Xavier Springer will send it over for Braden Cheever, but he's unable to get a shot off. Shoots it, and it goes wide of the net. Matt Marcus with it now. Sending it over to the other side here. Shoots it, save made by Finger. It goes off his pad into the corner. or Cole Broughton and Brian Tonkovich will have some pressure put on. And Braden Cheever will keep that in for Liverpool. But not if Brian Tonkovich has anything to say. He'll send it up for Jonas Osterley, who sends it up for Joey Leveroni. Shoots it. Save made by Trevor Smith. But number 14, Xavier Springer, he loses his balance there as Joey Leveroni gets it over for Osterley. And Osterley will get it deep and on the net with 25 seconds left to go in their penalty kill. Coming up with it now, Evan Haskins. Over towards his own bench. Coming up the side towards the center there, but he's unable to get a shot off. Goes back to Kyle Kirkby, sends it back to the point man. He shoots it, and it goes off the legs of Brady Moore. Cole Bradley sending it back into the corner. Gavin Patnode off the boards there, but that will be an icing as he just didn't know that it was even strength. 55 seconds left to go in this third period of play. Face off to the left of Chris Finger and the Hornets end. The puck is dropped, and those two Liverpool players aren't off the ice yet. Now they are. And a big collision there between Brady Moore and number 7, Chris Zimmer. And Nico Capriati going around with it. Tried to send it up there. But that will not quite be an icing, as Colin Summerson was able to get it just before it reached that goal line. And the penalty will be coming. Number 10, Colin Summerson, will be going to the box. With 24.8 left to go in this third period, the Hornets will be on the power play once again. And they'll change up the lines. The Bishop Grimes line, my alma mater, will go out there. Aiden Shaver, Jacob Lambert, and senior, number 23, Caden Livesey. They'll be out on that ice with 13 seconds left to go in this third period. Coming up, though, is number 22, Evan Haskins. Liverpool are able to get it in their zone, but that's a delayed offsides. 3 seconds left to go, and the Hornets get their revenge. And it cannot come any sweeter than that. Chris Finger gets his second shutout of the year. Truly a masterclass in high school goaltending it was. And for the foreseeably final home game for these FM Hornets this year, they have beaten the Liverpool Warriors 4-0. And that should make do for the victory that was robbed of them just over a week ago. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that'll do it from us here at the Toyota Coliseum. The final score, 4 for the FM Hornets, none for the Liverpool Warriors. Shots on goal for that game, 35 for the Hornets, and 23 all stopped by Chris Finger from the Liverpool Warriors. Ladies and gentlemen, what a game to end their home season on. And this is the Hornets' first shutout win since facing CBA Albany earlier this season, where they won 1-0 thanks to a goal from Joey Leveroni and the efforts from Chris Finger, that man right there. He gets his second shutout of the year. What a way to end it. Well, thank you, everybody, for tuning in with us tonight We hope you enjoyed this game. For us here at the Hornets Hockey Network, we will be signing off. Have a good night, everyone. We'll